Welcome to the Turtle Club. We did it.
We did it.
We're not done
almost.
yet.
We almost did it.
Wait, we're not done yet.
Yeah, well, I don't want to jump the
finally
gun,
over.
but this is episode 12, so we did it. We're done.
The big
Nope.
1-2 boys.
Hey, so this is Michael. I've seen The Master of Disguise. Let me double check myself here, but I believe 101 times. Yes.
Wow.
Jesus.
I'm Dave. I'm up to watching The Master of Disguise 61 times.
And I am Eli, and I have seen The Master of Disguise 90 times as of today.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I need to say something. I had so much anxiety that before this episode that you were gonna lie and like watch and could lie to me and like watch the movie like 15 times this month and catch up to me.
Your amount of paranoia about this is ridiculous.
I'm not joking. I called Eli at one point and I was like, Eli, I need you to tell me the truth on this. He's like, okay. I'm like, are you gonna try and catch up to me? And he was like, no, why would I do that?
No, I literally gave you a straight answer. You added that tone. He
was like,
just
nah.
like episode 5.
I
It was
wouldn't
just like episode
fucking
5.
do
When you got
it.
mad at me for watching it once, like more than you wanted me to watch it.
And
Like,
I
literally, I have been so clear that I do not plan on catching up to you. I have no need to. do that.
okay, but regardless, that means I am declared winner for this year's competition.
Yeah, here,
Now-
let's introduce our guest, guys. We have a
sorry.
returning guest, first time ever.
Yeah, returning guest.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
this
our-
is Jacob. You might remember him from episode 3. He is the master of Disguise.
Hello, everybody. Well, I have to say, hearing your introductions and your body count here, I don't think it's fair to say that I'm the master of the master.
You're the original.
Yeah,
It's like that. You know what it is? It was like that. It's like that Ninja Turtles meme of what's the rat's name? Shredder, like being an adult, like guiding them, and then the Ninja Turtles being bigger than Shredder and guiding him.
Yeah, we're the turtles.
Yeah, I dibs on Donatello.
I'm flattered,
fuck
even
you.
though I have to be a rat.
Yeah.
No, so just some context. 10 years ago, Jacob watched The Master of Disguise. Was it 28 days in a row?
Yeah, something like that. Every day. It was a bet. I kept an in-depth blog. You can check it out on an earlier episode of the Turtle Club. Me detailing that experience.
Yeah.
We also
I
have
got
an
the
interview
thing too.
We also did an interview with Jacob.
So if you want to know more about that, go back to episode 3 and 3.5. But
Great
so
episodes.
we need to get into this a little bit here. So punishments. We have so Michael obviously got first place. There was no fucking surprise there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
no
dude's
shock
a
at all.
fucking animal.
Yep.
So
I'm a beast.
The last place is Dave. Also no
Yeah.
surprise.
I was pretty close to Michael.
You know what it is too? Dave was doing so much shit talking me one day. I remember this vividly, and I have an awful memory, but I remember this vividly. I was sitting on my couch playing Uncharted 4 in like the Africa section where you're driving around in the Jeep.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting texts from Dave when we're making this fucking contest, and Dave is just like, Dave's like, oh, I'm gonna win, Michael. You're gonna fucking lose. You're scared you're gonna lose. That's why you don't want to do the contest. And then I'm getting so fucking mad that I literally have to pause my game and just exclusively text Dave. That's how pissed off I am. And he fucking lost by 40.
No,
Yeah,
hey,
but
I was
also
close.
Dave won. He got you to do that.
Listen,
I will actually inject there as like a small bit. Now, you called it last episode, Michael. You were like, oh, you're going to come out and be like, oh, this is the plan the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, little did you know, this is the plan the whole
no,
time.
it fucking wasn't.
No. Okay, we've discussed this like a couple months ago, but originally Dave and I's plan was to fuck with you, and we were even thinking about like boosting our numbers and like lying about it just to get you to watch more, but we never even had to do that because you fucking just
You did it by
fucker.
yourself.
You took it way beyond what we thought you would. We like
And you guys have known me for so long, you should know how fucking competitive I am.
That's the point.
I would kill a baby to win something.
I don't think you should. And you kind of are killing your brain baby by doing this
Ew,
fucking
what are you
hell
saying?
and then
What are you
this
saying?
bullshit 25-hour movie marathon.
Well, hold on.
Marathon.
I want to. Jacob, I have just one question for you.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Did I do it?
I'm going to do a 25-hour movie marathon.
Oh,
Did you?
I did not do it.
Oh my god.
I did not do it.
Was Jacob planning on doing this?
I was thinking in returning to the podcast that there was no way that I was going to be able to catch up with the number of viewings that you guys had done. And I was thinking that I had to do something special to like that would stand apart of some other form of masochism. So I was planning on just watching it 24 hours straight.
No,
and
you told me that.
I couldn't bring myself.
Okay, well here's the problem, Jacob. I don't know if you're aware of this. I have already committed to watching it for 25 hours straight so that you don't have a worse punishment than me. And I'm now committed, and I don't even have to do this, but I have to now because I said I would.
Listen, Jacob,
Well,
I am so happy to hear that you didn't do it.
Yeah, seriously. You
I can't even.
put yourself the mental
Fuck.
Good on you.
After-
Good on you, man. What's your total, do you think? What's your Master Disguise total?
I'm guessing that I'm like in the mid 40s, but I would have to
Okay.
think harder to get an exact number.
That's
So
still
How many
really
times did you watch
high.
it this month?
well, just the 4.
Okay.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Respect. Mad respect.
Dude.
But like
Yeah.
40s is still a high number, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
I gotta-
still high, but I mean I'll detail it later. But the last 4 viewings I think were the hardest viewings I've ever done for this movie. Like
Wow.
I was gonna do the marathon, and after the first one, I was just like, I can't. I just can't.
No, good on you. I
was
like
not
honestly,
there.
good on you. Because the punishments we have to get through that.
Yeah, so I get
Dave
nothing
has to watch it 5 times in a row.
Now,
in a day. In a day.
Okay, I am fully willing to accept that, but I also want to point out here that 101 watches. Eli, what were you at? 90?
90.
Yeah, 90 watches, and I'm at 61. Now, I want you to imagine your life in like a calendar term. So you're looking at it, and how much of that do you just slap on top of the Master of Disguise?
Listen.
Hours
We have
and
discussed this,
days.
and I have accepted this. I have
Months
accepted the time that I have lost, and
Alright.
I even have a note about that a little bit. And that's
Listen,
fine.
no. I can't talk about this. I'm going to cry. I can't cry in the podcast.
No, you got to do it.
I can't. Listen, I've ruined relationships. I've gotten engaged 4 separate times during this
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. This year. How's everyone's mental health going now that?
Wait, no. Oh, no. Hold on. So Dave has to watch it 5 times, and you have to watch it.
Oh yeah, I have to watch it once a day, 5 days in a row.
So I have to watch
Yeah.
it 5 times in a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a
All right,
row.
yeah.
Keep
And Eli
like-
has to watch it 5 days in a row.
Dude, I will
Yeah,
easily
so there's
do
our
that.
punishments. I will happily do that. And we've already sort of discussed this, that this is not our last episode for the year. We're still going to have a season finale the last week of December, probably.
And we'll talk
then
about the
we're gonna go
punishments.
into season 2.
Yeah. We'll announce season 2's movie.
Gotta
Jacob,
have
I will
punishments
text you the
done
movie
by
right
next
now.
episode.
Yeah, no one knows the movie yet besides
Oh,
us and
boy.
a few select folks. It's going to be a fun time. So just look forward to the season 1 finale in a few weeks here.
The text came across my screen.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good one. And we're excited about it. But yeah, so how's everyone's psyche doing?
I'm looking forward to the end. I'm in a good place right now.
Yeah, now I'm doing amazing.
It's over, I got a little bit. I have no punishment. I got nothing. I won. I'm the
Yeah,
victor.
sure, no punishment.
Yeah, but you
at
have a
all.
25-hour movie marathon.
All right. Well, that's just something you got to do.
An entire
No, it
day.
isn't.
Listen, it's just something a day and an hour. It's just something you got to do.
Especially now that Jacob didn't do it. You don't have to do this.
I'm already committed. I can't back out now.
No, you absolutely could.
I can't
would
back out now.
support you backing out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
listen.
No,
No.
like,
you have a pass.
only-
You have a pass.
Yeah, only cowards back out, Michael.
Yeah, I'm not backing out. Thank you,
No,
Dave.
Dave,
I'm glad
Dave,
Dave's on
Dave.
my side. I'm glad Dave is on my side here.
Oh my god.
Mom
I
was a
don't.
racist bitch.
I am doing. I don't know. I just. The closer I get to the end, honestly, like Jacob was saying, like I have a feeling that this month is going to be one of my worst months of this, because I know that it's like the last stretch and it's almost over, but
Yeah.
I'm so ready to be done. Like I just hate
Yeah.
this movie. It is affecting me again. I just like I feel like I've been the most back and forth between positive and negative on this.
Yeah.
And I'm ending negative, and I didn't want to do that, but I definitely am, because this fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does suck, man. I'm
It's
with
stupid.
you.
All right, is there anything else we want to say?
No,
before we get
and-
into notes.
I think we should get into notes because I have a lot, and I think we should keep this going.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is probably, I don't want to make a bold claim here, but I might have the most notes I've ever had, and which is
Oh,
a
boy.
surprise considering how lazy I've gotten recently and how I haven't really even taken official
Recently?
notes. Okay, how I have listen, Dave, you're the one who miscounted how many food items are eaten in the movie,
I don't
fucking
know.
Les, and that was the only thing you had.
This is just deflection, okay? You're just.
Yeah, it's crazy. So here we go. I run the email for us. It's a lot of hard work. We get a lot of emails.
Totally.
And mostly from Matchmaker FM. And the what is that play? Hold on, actually I have to look now. Yeah, Matchmaker FM. That's where we found
yeah, we got Flobo.
Flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so we got an email from this man that I have chosen to dub Rick.
Yeah, we're
Or
calling
Eli. And it reads, Podcast Quality. Hey, Turtle Dudes. My name is Rick, and I have done a lot of producing, engineering, and marketing for a variety of large-scale podcasts. I'm really involved in the cast community. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this field.
All right, pause.
Yeah, great.
So,
Great start.
so I want to preface this that me and Michael know about this, and we've discussed this already a little bit, and we wanted to surprise Dave with it especially, because this is fascinating. I love this email, but the
Is it
first
against me? I hope
thing,
it's about me.
the
It is.
cast community,
Yes.
The cast community.
with an apostrophe.
Yeah, there's an
I see-
apostrophe before
Wait,
cast.
really?
Yeah.
No red
the
flag.
cat.
I see no red flag.
This is a strong.
And then he continues.
Okay.
I've listened to your show for the last few episodes, and I have to be brutally honest here.
Love it.
This is one of the worst shows I have ever come across.
Let's go!
Listen, wait, I would apologize, but I don't feel sorry for this. Your guests, hold on, your guests are nobodies and unprepared, and your audio quality is not up to par.
Jacob, that's you. You're a nobody.
Yeah.
I
go!
mean, he's not. I am both a nobody and unprepared. No red flag. here.
And then he continues. As for you guys yourselves, you seem nice enough. But nice isn't gonna cut it in this industry.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me during this part. The only one of you who has any sort of strong radio personality is Michael. Wait, it gets better. I would recommend replacing the other two if you plan on succeeding. If not replace, put in some real effort to stand up from the herd. And why all the negativity? I have not seen this movie, but it obviously isn't as bad as you seem to think it is. Nobody wants to hear you whine about someone else's art. We're not done.
What is this guy doing?
Hold on, we're not done.
Doing?
Podcasting is a competitive field, and you're not going to build an empire with what you're doing now. You have a funny concept, and I would hate to see that go to waste. So please lighten up a bit. Get some better guests. TikTok streamers, crypto finance personalities, and fix your audio in all caps. If you want my help with anything, I'd be happy to do so. My prices are not excessive and I know what I'm doing. Signed, Rick.
Let's get this man on the podcast. Episode 1.
Well, Dave, you're not going to be on it anymore. I'm kicking you off.
Yeah, who do you think we're gonna get on?
Yeah, me and Dave are getting replaced.
Yeah, I'm getting crypto finance people on. Jacob, are you a crypto finance personality?
I just lost all of my crypto, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be fair,
All right.
it sounds like
All
you
right,
didn't
all right,
listen
all right.
to my
We need to
earlier
break down
episode.
this email before we move on, because there is more. But
Should I continue, Eli?
no.
Or
Let's hit this.
There's much more. I promise you there's more.
There
Let's
is
start
more that
here.
we need to hit on, but I do not want to miss anything here. So I've read over this email quite a few times over the last
This is
few days.
great.
We just got this like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Awesome. Flawless.
And
Send more.
so
And I love the first thing that it's like really crazy to me is cast community, and then when he says this is one of the worst shows I have ever come across, there's some just the brutal bluntness of that statement.
well, no, and then he goes, "I would apologize, but I don't feel sorry."
he tries to promote himself. To be like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys suck. Buy my services.
Yeah.
Well, and
and
then
then
like the guests are nobodies. But then
He's
the
begging.
idea,
Yeah.
he's like, you should replace the other guys.
no, but like that I'm the one with strong radio personality. Like, what?
like he picked the funniest person to pick.
And then and I should kick off two of my best friends that I talk to every day to build my podcast empire.
And to build when he goes, you're not gonna build an empire
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. Like
Okay.
that's the goal. Like we're gonna be the next Joe Rogan.
And then crypto finance personalities.
Yeah, and suggestions for guests. Are
And you know what?
TikTokers,
I will
YouTubers,
say we
crypto
had
personalities.
our first guest was a huge TikToker. He has millions of followers, so we're kind of already doing what you're saying, Rick.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
also, Jennifer Esposito wouldn't return our calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, we're not saying this guy's real name. We are not saying
No.
this man's real name.
No, absolutely not.
But we tried to track him down, like information for him online. We couldn't find
I'm
it.
so excited.
Yeah. Okay,
His
so
first name
then
is very generic.
so I get this email while I'm playing a video game, and I see the subject. I'm like, huh? And then I'm like looking at my phone while I die, and I text Eli in our group chat. Eli, get on Discord. I need to read you something. And he's like, okay. And he gets on Discord, and I read it to him, and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna reply with. So this is how I replied.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for your email. This is Michael. Our podcast quality is something we are greatly concerned about. Conveniently, we all bought new microphones and will record with them next episode, as well as some other audio equipment.
Which
I
is a
will.
lie.
Yes, very much alike. We have very cheap equipment. I will also talk to my co-hosts about having more of a personality while we record. If you would be so kind, would you please listen to at least the first bit of next episode? And if you still think it needs improvement, we can talk prices. Again, all feedback is welcome, and I appreciate you willing to help the little guy. Hope to talk more soon. Next podcast should be out first week of December.
So he's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
man is
Right
actively
now.
listening.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Rick, as we are calling you, we love to hear from you.
Listen, Rick,
Shout out,
I'm not
Rick.
joking. If you listen to this, and even if you're even slightly mad, but you think it's like kind of funny, we want you on the podcast. I would have you on immediately. I would
Rick as a
kick
guest.
Jacob off right now to have you on.
Yeah, I'll go off. So I want to
Yeah.
get Rick too.
Yeah.
Because this gentleman is great.
But
So then, yeah, okay.
I'm talking this guy up, right? You know, I'm talking, thank you so much. You're so kind. We conveniently all bought new microphones, and
Just
I'm
this
gonna,
week.
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell my best friends that they suck ass. And then
I mean,
I say, thanks for helping the little guy. And so we're talking, and like then I'm like, all right, I'm going to get off. And he's like, okay. And then I go, wait, he just responded. And this is what he said.
oh God.
Michael, Glad to hear it. Microphone quality will definitely add some much needed uniformity to your presentation. As for your co-host, they, they may not like the horns of criticism that I have blared in their direction, but they will grow to thank me in time. I will be looking forward. I don't know. I will be looking forward to episode 12. Thank you for understanding. If you're ever interested in my services, please let me know. I am a collaborator at heart. Rick.
Yeah, this man's just making us grind harder, okay?
They may not like the horns of criticism I have blared in their direction.
Which isn't a phrase. That's not
Let me
a
get this
phrase.
straight. Why would
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
thank him? Why would you thank him?
Yeah, why would you?
Built an
Yeah, why
empire,
wouldn't we,
you got
okay?
kicked off. Why would
Yeah.
you thank him?
Yeah, I kick you off the show, and then you're emailing this random guy, hey, thanks for getting me kicked off.
Well, okay. So there's a lot to break down here. So the first question is, why did he send this email?
He has to be a fan. He's listened to so many episodes. He knew it was episode 12 coming out. He knew the number.
If this was just like him trying to get money from us in some way, one terrible strategy.
Yeah, that's
He's doing so much homework. He's doing so much homework, too. He's so mean in it, and he knows about the show. Like,
Plus, yeah, he's heard the show. He knows we don't have any money.
I think he's a fan.
Like, I think this person likes the show. And but he wants to be a part of it, and this is his strategy. And you know what, Rick? It worked. You are being invited on.
Yeah, Jacob. So
We
do you
would
feel?
love to hear from you.
Jacob, do you feel hurt that you were called out so aggressively? Like, what's your feelings right now?
Well, I mean, it sounds like he didn't listen to my episode. Just to be
Well, we
clear.
don't know
If
that
he's
for
only
sure.
listened- so that might have changed his opinion.
Oh, so if he listened to
completely.
your episode when you're like half
He's gonna
dying
hear
of,
this, and he's gonna be like, "Oh shit, the master of the master disguise."
right?
Yeah.
the
From
episode
10
where you're
years
like
ago?
half dying of COVID during it. He's gonna be like, "Holy
Maybe.
shit!"
Yeah, maybe, but I also just think it's more beautiful that it's in some ways it's mirroring the movie. Like this guy can't look away, even though he's saying it's the worst podcast he's
Wow.
listened to, right? And
Wow.
that's exactly what we're doing. So
You're like, wow, you're like weaving everything into a
So
metaphor.
he's gonna start a meta
Yeah.
podcast where he listens to every
Yeah.
episode of our show
Yeah.
multiple times in a year, and
Yeah.
has a podcast about our podcast.
Yeah, well, he's gonna talk about how like one of us is like fucking like traffic lights that's a robot podcasting. He'll have like some crazy theories about us.
It'll be. I'm very excited
Honestly.
about the possibility of him listening to this and emailing us.
Hey, please, Rick, I would love to have you on. This is all in good fun, but also that's a very weird email to send.
And
And very mean. And very mean.
well, that was
Yeah.
so. Yeah, it's very mean, Rick. I don't feel bad
It's
about
very
making fun of you
mean.
right now.
Speaking
Yeah.
a lot of truth about
Well, now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna come to thank him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those horns of criticism
Listen,
that he's playing in
Eli-
my direction.
Eli and Dave, it's been a pleasure doing the show with you, but I'm going to move forward with a YouTuber and a crypto finance personality.
No, see, like I said, this just makes me grind harder because I have to grind to get back to the podcast, to the cast.
Yeah.
To the cast community
Yeah.
to build
To the
this
cast
empire.
Yeah, you have to build yourself up, Dave, before I let you on.
So I don't just.
Wow.
Oh man, and you know what's very funny?
Great.
So,
Flaw.
Michael called me yesterday, I believe,
Yeah.
and he's like, should we read this out? I'm afraid this guy's crazy. He's gonna kill us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got anxious.
And you know what, Rick? Please don't. If that's your
Yeah.
plan, just like don't do it. I
I
appreciate it. if you didn't.
Hey, not me.
I-
Square up, bitch. Let's go.
okay.
Love you.
Dave be like, I live at, and he's just reading off Eli's address.
So yeah, if anyone else wants to send us some great emails, we are theturtleclub69@gmail.com.
Speaking of great emails, I also have another email.
so
and this
many
one,
fans.
and this one is actually a very, very nice email. So I'm going to go through it. It's from a feller that I am not sure what he wants me to call him, so I'm just gonna call him. Oh God, I don't know.
We could just do first names.
Yeah, I guess. All right, his name's Ryan, and he says, longtime listener, first time emailer.
Wait, no, he starts it with Turtle Boys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I was reading the subject line.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Turtle Boys. I've been listening since the first episode earlier this year. Found you guys on a whim. Found you guys on a whim on Twitter after the first episode dropped.
Cool.
And when I'm reading this, I was like, I know this name. And I went to my letterbox. He's been following me for a while, and that's how I knew his name. Anyway, what a wild ride this has been. Thank you all so much for the pain you've endured for the sake of culture and content. And then he lists a ton of notes that he has for us that I'm going to go through, but I'm going to skip that for a second to read the rest of the email because he has some more stuff under that. I honestly can't remember the first time I saw this movie. I'd like to think I've always seen it. For a long time, I can remember my family owned this movie on VHS. Thankfully, we still have it, but hearing about a director's comedy has me itching to get the DVD. Yes. Also, Eli tasked Dave to find the food stuff. Joe Cousteau didn't task Dave with shit. So apparently,
I got
we gave Dave shit for something.
Apparently, I tasked Dave to count the food.
So I'm sorry for making fun of you for that.
See, thank you again. Like the fans are really coming out of the woodwork to back me up, and I feel like it's justified. Like it's also taking on the big head, the radio head.
I am Joe Cousteau. He's referring to me as that because that's my letterbox name. If you want to follow me there. Anyway, Joe Cousteau, don't watch it for 25 hours straight. But if you do, it would be an honor to join you on Discord for reviewing. And then he gives me his Discord, which I will absolutely do. I'll message him. It's been an absolute pleasure listening to the podcast this year. It's been a constant source of joy, and I look forward to it at the beginning of every month. Eli, the masterpiece of disguise was breathtaking. You didn't need to do that, but you did, and the world is better for it.
Thank you, and we can discuss it during my section.
Dave, you've done enough. Don't listen to them. Peace and love you too, and love to you.
Love you.
Joe Cousteau, I love you, and you have great taste on Letterboxd. Never stop being you, child. Which I want to point out, Ryan, I've noticed a lot of the movies I rate highly, you don't rate highly, so... Are you lying to me with this? Like,
Michael gets the nicest fan email ever. It's like, this guy's actually pretty shitty.
Yeah, what a fuckhead, man. Jesus.
Like, for example, you know, he gave Halloween 1978 3.5 stars. He gave X 2 stars. Like, come on, this is not. Anyways,
this is a Master Disguise podcast. You shouldn't be talking about these other movies.
Sorry. Sincerely hope you and your families all have the best holidays this year. Would be honored to chat about this pile of cow poo anytime on Discord. And I said, I emailed him back and I just said, thank you, and blah, blah, blah. And I said I'd add him. And then he emailed me back something and I said, I'm going to go over your points on the podcast. If you have any questions, we can figure it out. Do you want me to plug anything of yours? And he says, no, but he wants... to point the viewers in the direction of a certain other movie that is actually in its 30th anniversary this year. Tom and Jerry, the movie, 1992.
Now, why that, Ryan?
You know, I'm not sure. I've never seen that movie. Jacob, have you seen that movie?
No, I have not. I'm noticing. I'm on your letterbox right now and just looking at your recent views, and there's some strange ones. Perhaps.
Okay.
Maybe
go ahead. What are the strange ones?
What is number one cheerleader camp?
Yeah. Okay. So, because of unforeseen circumstances, we had to push the podcast back by like an hour and a half. So I messaged Eli and said, let's watch a movie before. And we've been watching all the American Pie spin-off movies, which are really bad. And so we watched this movie, and it's a boner comedy.
Oh, okay. It's a spin-off?
No, it's just some random movie.
It's in the same vein.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
We've discussed this before. Me and Michael especially really enjoy watching bad movies. And
Yes.
we've never really hit the genre of the early 2000s like boner comedy type, like straight to video type things. So we've been watching a lot of those lately, and they're all terrible. So that's
Yes.
what that is.
Yes. Also, that was the most excited I've been to talk about a movie in so long on this podcast. But yeah, no, I think I run a very good letterbox if anyone wants to follow me on there. Anyways, so yeah, Tom and Jerry the movie, Eli was telling me that in that movie, Tom and Jerry talk.
Yeah, they talk and they're friends. Like, it's not even, like, why is it even a Tom and Jerry movie?
Yeah.
Like, at one point, like, Jerry starts talking, and then Tom's like, wait, you can talk? Why haven't you talked this whole time? And Jerry's like, well, I didn't have anything to say.
But thank you, Ryan, for the email. Those are all very nice things. It made me very, very happy when I got it. And everyone else very happy.
Are you going to go over his theories?
Yes, I'm now going to go over his theories that he has bullet pointed out to many degrees. First, grandfather is the narrator of the film, or the cuteness is the narrator of the film. Grandfather and the cuteness cannot be the same as when the grandfather is in the pre-recorded hologram. He's actually aware and moving along with the cuteness.
Okay,
Grandfather.
so do we want to address these as well?
Let me finish the grandfather section.
Okay.
Grandfather voice heard off screen in the beginning of the film. Either he is driving Fabrizio or he is the narrator that voicing the question. Yeah, we've talked about that. We're not sure the beginning where he is Fabrizio is running away as Bo Derek. If like the grandfather is there or not. We've talked about that.
And I still subscribe that the grandfather is the narrator in that scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
And he is talking to Fabrizio, and the driver is Mama Disguising.
Yes.
But so the one thing I want to address here is the grandfather and the cuteness cannot be the same. God, this is trodden ground, Ryan. As a super fan, this is this is how dare you? How dare you? As someone who watched the Masterpiece of Disguise trademark,
it is not trademarked. Absolutely not trademarked.
Copyright,
I mean,
trademark, all those things,
titles.
the TM and the little C and rights, all that stuff. You should know that the grandfather and the cuteness are the same. There's a whole deleted.
He was
scene
able
about
to
this.
He was able to project his Energico into the projector. It wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why the cuteness is there on the roof with Barney.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like this point, we've talked this to death, and like for a super fan to bring this up, Ryan, I'm disappointed. Dare you?
We're being very mean to Ryan, and I honestly I was close to tears when I got this email. So that's I'm sorry.
No,
Ryan,
Ryan's a wonderful person, and I love him. But how
also
dare
fuck Ryan. Next point: when did the booty fetish start? What was it always an disguisey thing?
So,
Well, the grandpa's got it, so we got at least two.
But like we
I don't
know, right? But we know the disguises go back to the 12th century. So back then, were they about big butts?
I think they were. I think it's a thing that they need. They need strong women with a strong base.
Yeah. To support their Energico penis.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that it is a thing that Energico it makes you attracted to butts. That could be looped in with the whole cherry Energico thing, because cherries come in pairs.
I love this movie.
Hey, let's hold on. I just have an idea for the four of us. Let's open up a Q&A at the next podcast convention, and people can just come and ask us questions about the Master of Disguise.
Yeah, I don't. The problem with that though is that they'd be like, every single one would be like, did you know that this was being filmed on 9/11?
Shut up!
Shut the fuck! I'm tired of this. Stop it. You people, stop it. It's not. It wasn't being filmed on 9/11. I'm tired of it.
Okay, next point. How far back does Pistachio and Sophia's history go? This is an interesting point. Did they meet at the bar? I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
No, because we have always assumed that they met at the bar, but no, they definitely could have history.
Yeah.
And
what do you guys
guess
think?
That would make sense, because why else would she know to go to the restaurant?
Yeah.
I feel like she's just around.
So how long is...
she was dating Rex, though. So she's got it.
Oh, okay.
Presumably that didn't just start.
Yeah, and Trent, too.
That's a good point.
I have a theory that they all grew up in the neighborhood together.
Yeah. Yeah, they went to school with Pistachio.
I don't think it goes back that far. I think everyone grew up together, but not Sophia.
I don't know. I
She's
like
like
to
an outside
imagine
agent.
like a Master of Disguise prequel where they're all in middle school together, and it's Rex is the bully and Pistachio's the weird nerd and Sophia's the cool chick.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
And
What
you know
about?
what?
Just
If
the
anyone
nerdy
wants
girl.
to fund this,
I would be happy to write, direct, star, edit.
yeah, all of it. I mean, Jacob is experienced with Kickstarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should be an animation. Why not? You know,
Yeah.
full animation.
Yeah, why not? Why not take that extra step? So yes, I like this thought. I thank you, Ryan.
His next point is parallels between Trent and Rex, which I think he means that they are very similar in how they act and look and like behave, and I agree with that 100%. That's why they're the two best characters in the movie.
Yeah,
they're like the
and,
bad boys.
Yeah.
Our guest last month, Jimmy, was hating on them, and I think
Yeah,
he's wrong.
well, Jacob, I don't remember. You love Trent and Rex, right? You're a Trent and Rex
Yeah.
cruiser.
Yeah,
Okay.
very pro two of them.
Right.
Good, because
Okay.
they're beautiful. They're great. Jacob, I don't know if you are caught up on the podcast at all, but our guest last month, Jimmy, who is one of our best friends in the entire world, but he's not here to defend himself.
He's a
so we're gonna
fucker.
keep shitting on him.
He's a fat fuck.
He had this awful opinion that the best character was the grandfather.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, no.
Looking
Yeah.
And Pistachio, the grandfather and Pistachio, he said.
Yeah, those were his two favorite characters.
Not good.
No.
Yeah, absolutely wrong. Thank you. Jacob. This is why we have you here.
Next, this way you're the only person who'd be dumb enough to return. Next is, according to the Heroes Wiki, Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Martin Short, Matthew Broderick, Rick Moranis, Mike Myers, Steve Martin, and Robin Williams are considered to play Pistachio. Which one of those people do you think could play Pistachio the best? I think there's a right answer.
Wait, was Ben Stiller in that list?
No.
Because last viewing I watched, my friend was like, Ben Stiller should have been Pistachio.
That's
No,
an
not-
interesting, weird.
I could see it. I could see it, but
Yeah,
I think
kind of see it.
I think Rick Moranis would have been the best Pistachio.
I think
if it was
either
like,
Rick Moranis is Martin. Yeah, Martin Short.
Martin Short could do it.
Could have killed that.
Yeah, but I think Rick Moranis could have done it.
It would be
Rick
them if it was
Moranis
like 10
definitely
years
could
earlier.
have. What's the
Yeah.
worst? What do you think is the worst on here?
Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams, but this would be a very different movie if Robin Williams was in it.
I'd say the worst would be Matthew Broderick.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick would be really bad as well.
Matthew Broderick couldn't do all these different characters.
I like Matthew Broderick though. And
No, I
it's-
like him. I really do. But this is not his This is not a Matthew Broderick vehicle.
No.
I genuinely don't think that he could have done this. But I mean, like, Dana barely did it.
Yeah,
That's true.
And then he didn't even watch it until it came out, which is just even funnier.
Okay. Next, you sicken me, grandfather to Jennifer about the dental. Grandfather is actually sick and potentially dying, which is why he's gone so long. Probably has a disease of the mouth, and he was sickened by Jennifer asking about getting work done at the dentist.
Whoa.
Listen, of everyone on here, I am always down for a dying man theory.
I think this is true. Because, I don't have a reason. I was trying to bullshit something.
Yeah, I know.
It's the grass.
It's all right.
It's the
man.
grass.
And I am
It's,
totally down with the grandfather being a sick man. Why the fuck not? But the only thing I don't like about this is him saying the reason the grandfather is gone for so long. We know why the grandfather's gone for so long. He's the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not gone. He's just in disguise.
that's true. Motif behind underwear on head with shaving cream beard. Ancestor speaking to Pistachio through Energico.
I like that.
I like that as well. Whenever he has the underwear on his head, an ancestor is giving him Energico.
Well,
So
and
that's like his
I
peak
very,
Energico
very
moment.
shortly touch on this in my masterpiece of disguise thing, that I think that the reason that things like that is happening to Pistachio is because he never knew the true nature of his bloodline.
Yeah.
So these things are like, the Energico is coming forth through his body in other weird ways.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if anyone here played God of War 2018.
I was about to be
Yeah.
like, you're talking about God of War.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jacob. And again, I don't want to spoil anything. This isn't like a huge spoiler or anything, but I am going to spoil
They're all
parts
robots.
of that, so I want to mention
Spoilers,
that first.
what the hell?
But
Why
at
do you
one
stay on the
point,
podcast?
so the part of the plot of the game is that Kratos, the main character, he's a god, and he has a son who doesn't know that he is a god, and because he isn't aware of his own godhood, it is like manifesting itself in weird ways and symptoms. And it is like affecting his life negatively because he doesn't know he's a god, because he's not living that way. So that is what's happening to Pistachio here. He is not aware that he is a disguise. He doesn't know that he has Energico. So it's manifesting itself in other odd ways. So yes,
Yeah.
I do believe that this is a past disguise, a past ancestor or disguise of an ancestor who is coming forward to try to talk
Yeah.
to him.
Yep, I agree. I'm absolutely on board.
So yes,
Okay.
Ryan, I am absolutely on board for that.
Same.
Okay.
It's law.
Is Pistachio disabled? Doesn't have a job outside the family business. Hinted at being in his 20s. Definitely he's in his 20s. No recording of finishing school or attending college. I don't buy into this. Pistachio's not disabled.
Okay, I'm not going to say he's disabled. He's just a little, like, oddly sheltered.
Yes, I
Yeah,
think he's like a
definitely-
weird homeschool.
We've
Yeah,
discussed the
definitely
possibility of Pistachio being neurodivergent.
Yeah, but he's not like disabled. He's definitely just like a weird homeschooled kid.
Yeah, that's like I don't subscribe to the disabled thing.
Gammy Num Nums and may or may not genetically or biologically related.
I don't know why that would be the case.
I think they're twins.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Twin Theory over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Had to
no.
bring it back, okay?
I think it was
Well, okay.
Jacob's episode. Was it Jacob's episode he originally brought up the twin theory?
No, it was in
No,
it was
later.
in the Liam
First
episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
it was like
I-
episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, okay, so can a disguise be related to another disguise?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood for any more of this dumb bullshit. It's almost over. We don't need to do
Well,
this
you can,
anymore.
like, you got your...
This isn't
disguise,
funny anymore!
And then you got a second disguise, and you're like, yeah, it's related
Oh my
to this one. And that's how it works.
In their own head, it's just
No, we need
conceptually-
no, Jacob. Don't encourage him. We need to end strong. We're not divulging deeper into this bullshit anymore.
I think that disguises can be related to each
All
other.
right. Okay.
Thank you.
Why
That's
not?
that's
They have
3-1.
lore to themselves. Why can't
fuck you.
Why can't he why can't he walk out and be like, "Hey, I'm the brother," and then walk out again and be like, "Hey, I'm the sister"? Like, why the fuck?
I mean,
not?
in story-wise, they can be like in the lore of Pistachio's disguises, but not actually related.
So then, wait. Is Terry Swab and Constable Mueller related?
Oh my god! All right,
I'd like
next
to
point.
think so.
Next point. I'm not.
What? You
How
know
many-
what this is? You know what this is?
We're
Jacob's
almost
here.
done. We don't need to do this. It's almost done. We don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah,
okay?
well, guess what? We're doing it.
Like, we're
Wait,
trying
but
to
the
build
twin-
our empire
okay.
here.
Oh, one comment on the relation thing.
Jacob,
At the
I really
end-
am disliking you right now.
At the end with the twins, when the
Okay.
cringy part about Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, Brett Spiner doesn't answer the question about if a Master of Disguise could be the Olsen twins, but could a single Master of Disguise be two people at once?
Yes, I think they can
Yes.
project themselves. A pro, like a level
Yeah, like a
7,000.
master
Mhm.
of disguise.
Okay,
So
okay.
in the same way that the grandpa has his projection of a taxi and a driver.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't know if I ever bought into that, but yes. Um,
All right. Okay. Now
How
we
many-
can move on.
sorry for getting angry, everyone. How many times does someone ask Pistachio, is okay, like, is he okay?
I don't know. A lot.
Yeah.
I find myself asking that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Ryan, thank you for this email. We love getting emails. You guys can email us whenever at the turtle or at the turtleclub69@gmail.com. I will respond to you probably within a few minutes because I'm weird and have it come to my phone and I look at it.
Thank you for the email.
Yeah, Michael, do you have any more notes?
No, I just watched it a few times this month, 4 times, and it was over. I didn't do anything. Jacob, do you want to go?
Sure. Well, I alluded to it earlier, but I really feel like I've kind of lost my fastball with this movie.
Okay.
It really defeated me this month. I don't know if it was just being busy and it
Jacob,
felt like a chore.
you texted something. I forget what it was. You're trying to draw blood from a rock. Was that the saying?
Yeah. I was like,
That was beautiful. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that in my life. Did you make that up?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well that's beautiful. You sounded like a poet.
It was a chore. It was I was grasping. I was trying to pull something new out of watching this.
And you got nothing.
No, I had some. I mean, there was a lot of kind of like empathy viewing. I was mostly feeling bad for you guys, like on a couple of the viewings, because I was just like, wow, I stepped away from it for a bit. I'm doing 4 in a month, and boy, oh boy, like I can't, like, I know you didn't want to add it up, but like if you sat down for 5 days straight, that's like 100 viewings there, right? And in some ways, that's like, you know, you could just be like, oh, I'm like sick for a week, and the Master of Disguise looped in the background for a whole business week.
But
and but just spread out. So yeah, it was a lot of empathy viewing. You know, based on that back of the napkin math there.
Yeah.
But then as I was kind of going through it, it was more of, you know, like when you're at the dinner table and you don't eat dinner and your mom's like, there's starving children in Africa, you got to do it. That's kind of what got me through it, because I was like, well, if they've been suffering more than I have, I can do the last.
That really means a lot. That's really, wow.
Yeah, that's touching.
I've helped someone get through a tough time with this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a savior.
Well, So I imagine it like if you've ever gone back to like an old job, like if you worked at a restaurant and then you stopped working there and then you go back as a customer and you see how busy they are and it's kind of nice to not have to worry about it. I feel like that's what you are right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like you're at a restaurant and you're stacking the plates for the waitress.
Like you're being a very polite little customer right now. You used to work here and you know how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing your best to make it easy for us.
Yeah, and you know, it got me through 4 viewings, and I do feel a very palpable relief at the end, because it's different ways of closure. Like, you guys are wrapping this up soon, and I'm definitely not going to watch this for another 10 years.
Yeah, well, I will, but I have something to say. I don't feel a ton of relief, because I feel like next year is going to be really, really difficult, considering how much I've gone through. I'm getting no relief, I feel like there's no like.
Okay, so we can discuss that a little bit. Obviously, we can't talk about what next year's movie is.
But Jacob knows what next year's movie is, and I feel like it's a worse movie than this movie.
I disagree. Again, we I don't want to talk in vagueness here for the audience, but I genuinely think that there is some relief, at least on my end, because I do feel that it'll be nice to not have to watch this movie. Like,
yeah, but I think that feeling will fade after a few watchings.
It's more in the sense I'm gonna back up Michael here. It's more in the sense of like we're off the original kind of like storm that we were in. But now we're getting into another storm where it's like, oh, well, at least we're not in that last one. But then we realize faster how shitty it's going to be.
Do you think it's going to be easier now that we know a little bit what we're
getting into? I think it's going to be harder. I think it's going to be
about the same, but a little easier, yeah.
Jacob, what do you think?
I think it's going to get progressively harder. There's going to be a point like midway through next year where you're like, we're still in it.
Yeah, like it doesn't end. There's no ending.
That was this year.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's continuing. It's not. There's no relief ever with this stupid podcast.
I call me optimistic, but I believe that things will be a little bit easier because at least now we know what to expect.
No, I know what to expect for fucking 12 months. Like I knew...
No. You're the psyche part of it, what we're going through. We now
but yeah,
know what it feels
but
like.
I knew like 6 months ago. Like it doesn't make a difference. It's still not
No,
ending.
you didn't. No,
Okay.
6 months in, you would not know how you were going to feel at 12 months.
Well, it
There's a
doesn't feel
couple
good,
episodes
and
there
it's just
that
going to
you
continue.
were like hyping up and just expressing all of this lore off the top of your head, like some raving madman. You were into it.
Most of the lore that I have is not off the top of my head. But what,
Not
Jacob,
all of mine.
go-
I have never
thoroughly
made up
researched.
lore in my life. I've never written down lore in my life. It's literally in the middle of the podcast I think of it.
I've written down quite a few theories.
I've
You have
gotten
charts.
some odds and ends notes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Continue,
Anyway, Jacob,
continue,
continue.
All right, yeah. The others are more rapid fire kind of observations. So, and also, if one has been referred to in an earlier podcast, say it has been answered.
Okay, I will say that exactly.
It appears that there is a gun sound effect in the opening sequence when Bo Derek is running away, and I think if it is indeed a gun sound effect, it's the only time that an actual firearm would be discharged in the movie.
Wow.
So
Something to look for next time.
This is a funny way of putting that. Yeah, where does it happen? Like when she's running?
yeah, with
Yeah,
Bo Derek running out, there's a couple of gunshots.
Yeah, you don't see anyone fire a gun, but
No.
you hear it in the distance,
Wow.
So
which
Yeah.
means like
have
they
guns.
were gonna kill the Master of Disguise. They were going for
The
it.
best to ever do it,
Yeah.
Fabrizio.
Mm-hmm.
No, this has not been discussed or answered. Or what was the way you said it? This has been answered.
Well, some are observations, questions, or you
No,
know.
but how we should answer your if it's been discussed. This has been answered.
Oh, this has been answered. Yes.
Okay.
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah.
this has
Yeah.
not been answered, and that's interesting because it's true. This movie, for like, I don't know, sort of like an action comedy, sort of, there is like a very weird lack of action.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You have the ninja fight scene.
there's
Yeah,
the
you have the
fight
cherry
scene.
Tommy gun, but that doesn't really count. I
Jesse
don't think.
Ventura's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Jesse Ventura's in it. That's all the action you
that's
need.
all
That's
you
it.
need.
Yeah.
That's all you
He
need.
can
His
lift a
action
big
figure.
thing.
Mhm.
Did you see that crash with Barney Baker when he slammed into the bush?
Oh, thrilling.
Yeah, shit was crazy, brah.
Yeah, explosions like fucking Michael Bay.
All right, Jacob, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Energico taking a toll on you would be really cool if they had done that.
Uh,
I
It's
think
just like
we sort of talked about that on the whole Energico SCD theory, but not that
yeah,
direction
yeah.
specifically.
no, it
Well,
would. It
I
would
think
have
the whole
really
point
added
of the
a dramatic
disguises is
element.
that it doesn't take a toll on them, but it takes a toll on everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you kind of get like overwhelmed or overloaded.
Yeah, and certainly hard to be in a family with the disguises.
Yes.
It's definitely taking a toll on their interpersonal lives and relationships. Bouncing baby shrimp, great line, but I
don't
think
know
my
about
nomination for the I think my nomination for the best line in the movie, which I know has been discussed, is just "My house is full of Ransacker." I think that is like
Yeah,
let's
the one
go.
Okay,
Okay.
let's have a short discussion then. Best line in the movie. Everyone go.
It's got to be the ice cream man take the rest line.
Oh, yeah. I was about
Ice
to
cream
say
man,
it's like
take
it's
the
just
rest.
that whole scene.
I
Shake
am obsessed
the
with my
water.
tight blue sweater.
High school sweaters up there. I don't know. Okay, so Liam was one of our first guests, and he loved that. And pretty much ever since then, I will send him a Snapchat of that scene, just that scene. And, like I'll do it maybe every like 5 viewings. I'll just send him a snap of it. And I'll be like, watch 95, and he'll be like, 95?
Man, he really got us fresh off.
Thank God.
And now look at us.
Look how
All
far
worthy
we've come.
contenders for best line.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Is "Move It, Move It"? Is that what the name of that song is?
Yeah, I like to move it.
I like to move it. Is that diegetic or non-diegetic? Are we meant to believe that they're actually listening to it?
Well,
Then-
okay, so this has been
So-
discussed.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
talked about this. Like through the power of energy.
This has been answered.
They,
Yeah,
they,
this
Alright.
has been
project-
answered.
They project
Yes.
the music through the
If you pay
instruments.
attention, all the people, the little band behind Lincoln on stage actually starts playing their instruments, and then that song starts playing.
Yeah.
So they channel their Energico to play that song.
Yes.
That's
yes.
he's yelling "Hit It, Boys" to the band, and then they know that means it's time to play "I Like to Move It, Move It."
Yeah,
That's like
on a
the
fiddle.
Who's Your Daddy, and you activate the power.
right.
Yeah, that remains my least favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, it's a rough
Um,
scene.
It's a
It's a
rough
rough
one.
scene.
There
I like
are
it.
so many bell peppers when the mom is under the influence of the potion.
Oh,
and
so many
cooking.
bell peppers.
Oh, the
So
whole
many
stack
bell
in front
peppers.
of her.
We've never talked about
Yeah.
that, but that kitchen is nuts.
I got the movie up right now. Hold on. So I'm gonna find it.
Fucking nuts.
What is she cooking? Like what?
She's
I
just
don't know.
chopping. Just chopping
Listen. We
veggies.
can't judge her for what she's cooking under the influence of a potion.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm trying to see any okay, other
Oh, here we
small observations. There's someone named Lil Ava in the black marked eBay scene.
What?
At the bottom of the
chat?
screen. Like watching. It's just
Oh,
Lil
that was
Ava.
that was the German couple in the Brutalist mansion.
Yeah. A pretty bizarre name for the random Aryan
Yeah.
woman in her
Yeah, that
Her
is really weird.
black outfit.
The
that she's wearing.
random Aryan woman.
Yeah, that, you know how you describe people. You describe how you describe people as Aryan.
Frequently.
I mean, they were particularly Aryan, or at least she was.
So-
And they're on the black market. I assume that these are unsavory characters that are there too.
That's
you know?
fair. So it's like Nazis on the black market eBay.
Yeah,
And
that's
Keenan.
and
And Keenan.
Thompson for some reason.
Keenan Thompson is a Nazi.
And his buddy.
Yeah, and his
And-
buddy.
and-
Yo,
is,
Doug.
yeah.
And I guess one more note too. Actually, I intended to try and decipher all of the names of the job applicants, like just pausing it when they're going through the signatures, just to
Okay.
try and figure out what all those characters are named. I have not done this yet, but I will report back and try and come up with a list of everyone that applied for the assistant job.
When are you gonna get back to us?
When I get around to
This
it.
is it, buddy.
When
Well,
they get
you know.
around to it.
Turtle Club 69. We'll get a
You have our
with
phone
names.
numbers.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
text
You
us.
can text us.
All
Get
right,
an
fine.
email like, "Hey guys, long time listener, first time writer." It's like, Jacob, we've spoken to you.
Yeah, we've known you, dude.
It's. I mean, I'm sending a list of names. It feels more formal and appropriate to send
Hey,
it to
turtle
you,
dudes.
And then I was very, very frustrated in these watches about how the slap is intended to keep a man's dignity instead of a closed fist, but then you're
Yeah.
also saying who's your daddy. It just really bothered me. Like pick a lane here.
Yeah.
I think it's-
You can be verbally abusive, but not physically.
I think it's more along the line of like taunting. You're actively trying to rile the enemy up into throwing like the first punch or fucking up.
But no,
Instead-
Jacob's saying that like
It's so
you're
Yeah,
not
it's
being
so
left
much
with your
more-
dignity. Then, if someone's saying who's
Yeah.
your daddy and slapping you,
Instead of like, well,
Yeah, it's
okay,
so
I guess it would be
inconsistent.
worse.
well, and
Yeah.
you could argue that a punch to the face is more dignified than being slapped.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
true.
You're getting slapped around
Yeah.
quite a lot, and then getting
Right, well, and
It's
just like
like
getting
more
slapped is
embarrassing.
more. Yeah, it's like more dehumanizing. I feel like.
Listen,
Yeah.
I like okay. I would rather get slapped than punched, but like later on, I would rather tell people that I got punched than
Punched
slapped.
and he slapped. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
that's a good way of looking at it.
This also prompted a debate with me and my friend about what the difference of the reaction would have been if Will Smith punched Chris Rock instead of slapped him on stage.
Oh.
And we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But I think the slap is in some ways more embarrassing.
It is.
It's an insult.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
adds insult to injury, literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they
it's
got
more-
the disguisees got to straighten that out.
Well, you know
I'll
what?
let
Let's
him
write
know.
a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I'm definitely excited to take 10 years off from this movie. I
Yeah,
will watch it again in 10 years, but I'm going to take 10 years off.
Well, when that
Please.
happens, let us know.
Please let us know.
Yeah, we'll be the first.
We'll be watching some movie from 2010.
No, idiot.
We'll
2012.
be watching Kickassia.
We're not watching Kickassia.
Let's go.
We're
Kick
watching
Assia.
Kickassia
Oh my
every
God.
week for the year of
Oh
2032.
my God. Okay, only if it has only if the Criterion edition is out by then.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I
Okay,
forgot to
Jacob.
not do that.
Jacob, what else you got?
Nope, those are my notes. That's it.
Wow, thank you. What was it like coming back? Were you happy? Are you gonna?
I mean, I'm glad to be talking to you guys. I was not glad to watch it again. That's
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
were. Yeah,
So
you
that
were.
actually kind of answers my question, because I remember the episode that we had you on. I go back a lot and I'll listen to some of the old episodes every now and then.
That's more preparation than you do for the recording.
Shut up! But I remember talking about to you specifically how it's like putting on an old jacket or like
Yeah.
like an old blanket. It's like you just sort of get back into it.
Yeah,
Right.
it is comforting, but you need time to feel that way. You know,
I haven't
Like,
been there yet. I haven't missed
Yeah,
this
no,
movie
Dave,
yet.
that doesn't work because in this case, he puts on the old jacket and it's filled with used needles.
Yeah. Sorry for filling
But
your
yeah.
jacket with used needles, by the way. I won't do that again.
Yeah, no, that was a not so subtle dig at Michael when he did that to me.
But yeah, I mean,
Really
before you
weird.
guys got in touch, like I hadn't seen it in a while, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like when I was on before, I was a bit more positive and nostalgic about reading the old blog.
Yeah, you, like,
posts
watched it,
and
like, in the
rewatching
bath.
it again.
You watch it
Yeah.
like the bath and like
Yeah, I was hanging,
And so,
not this time.
Not this.
so obvious. So if we were to ask you to come back for like next year's movie for like a month, would that be a problem?
I think if it's a different movie, it'd be okay.
Okay.
No, that's good. That's good.
We'll keep that in
we had a
mind.
surprise
Yeah.
for you.
Spoiler alert.
It's not.
It's an.
It's not.
Okay, Dave, get into your 2 sentences of notes.
Wow. Why do you attack me like this? Like, you get the one note that you're the one that's going to stay on the podcast.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
fucker.
yeah.
You better give me
cocky now.
some fucking respect, or you're gone for some crypto finance personality. You fat fuck.
You got Logan Paul on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the next Joe Rogan experience, buddy.
we need a name for our fans. You know how people have names like Juggalo or whatever. We need a name for our.
What are baby
fans.
turtles called? What are baby turtles called?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Well,
God.
Turtlet?
Yeah, what up, my turtlets?
guess
I
it's a
think
bird
the
thing.
outro of the show is me saying like goodbye
Hatchling.
turtles and turtles.
Hatchling.
The turtos and turtets.
It's hatchling.
Yeah, what up hatchlings?
Yeah, it's
that's
hatchling.
just oddly creepy. It feels like we're
What's
aliens.
up, my hatches? So,
My
um,
what up, all my hatch hoes and hatch.
so
nuts?
Dave, please get into your bullshit for 30 seconds so Eli can go.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Anyway, I was originally going to give a shout out to all of our fans. Over the last year, we've really, I mean, what started as a joke is actually growing into like A, my weekly hobby, and B, a nice way to meet really cool people like Jacob.
All right, he's okay.
No,
I
and I do want to drop kayfabe for like a second, and it is crazy to me that people listen to this at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
And then, like,
surprised.
with the whole like joking, the whole joking radio ad that we had.
Yeah.
Like I literally told my friends about that, and then like they're all just going, "Oh man, that's so cool!" And the whole time I'm laughing because I'm like, "No, this is the stupidest fucking thing. We've got an
Yeah.
advertisement for a podcast about the Turtle Club. And fucking the Master of
No,
Disguise.
I don't feel like
Like,
that. I'm sorry, fans. I appreciate you, but also I'm very embarrassed of this podcast. So.
I am
No, I can be
extremely
both.
ecstatic.
No,
Like,
I didn't. I'm very nice to you guys. I think you guys are nice. I like you all. I would talk to you all, but also I do not want people knowing I exist in terms of this movie. So
I do the fucking opposite. Like I'm doing Uber right now.
Oh my god, are you telling people?
I tell people about this
Oh my
podcast. How many,
god.
like in my Uber description, I've got it that where it says "Watch the Master of Disguise" over 60 times this year,
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
embrace that.
and I'll get people that are just like, "Oh yeah, is that the movie about the turtle?" It's like, the turtle guy. I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." And they're like, it's a whole little moment between the two random strangers. I love that shit. I think like. This stupid joke has evolved so much that it's now like a pivotal point in my life that I can look at and go, I actually don't regret it.
No.
Like having to do the
I think
punishment
that's the way to be.
watches, rewatches, watching it over like so many fucking times a year, and then doing it again next year with the next movie. I'm legit excited.
No.
Yeah, I think we all exist on very different sides of the spectrum here. Dave's all the way on positive, hell yeah, let's do this. I feel like I'm in the middle. I feel like I lean positive. I'm very open about this most of the time.
I'm
Every
not
now
gonna
and
say
again,
it's-
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to be
Yeah.
that guy. While Michael's like all the way on negative about it.
No.
It's like a bad porn addiction. He
I
doesn't like
hate
it.
this podcast. No, it's not. I fucking hate this podcast so much.
Why do you
It
keep
makes me
coming
s-
back, huh?
It makes me
Addicted.
uncomfortable.
Do you feel any pride about like knowing with certainty that you are the expert in the world on something? You probably
okay, hold
watched
on.
this more
Let me
than
correct.
the
Let me correct this, Jacob. I am totally fine with watching the movie this many times. I would have done this with or without the podcast, which is what my suggestion was to Eli. I said, "Can we do this without the podcast?" And he said, "No, that'd be weird." And I said, "Well, okay."
Stand by that.
My issue is not being an expert on Master of Disguise. That's awesome. My issue is that
Yeah.
people hear me talk about this movie and know that I exist. And
Yeah,
then I
but you
to
have the
tell
best radio personality out of all
I do
of
have
us.
the respite radio personality.
Michael's
I
really
do,
trying to
and
pull
you guys are
Marcus
getting
from the,
kicked off.
Like
Yeah.
separation thing.
I think it'd be impossible to watch it this many times without having some form in which it's at least getting discussed or worked out.
Oh,
you know,
no
you,
doubt.
you would go insane.
I actively talk to people about this movie when they keep going on and on saying, "Oh, this is great. Yeah, it's such a funny movie. I remember watching it as a kid." And then I'll immediately bring up, "Yeah, so about so many minutes in, we get to meet a new character named Mr. Peru. You remember Mr. Peru?" And they're just like, "Nah, no, what's that?" And I get to break down this entirely racist brown-faced scene for them. And then they're just like, it can't be that bad. And then they'll watch it and come back to me. Like, they report back in going, oh my god, this is so much worse than I thought.
Well, it's Prince Lally Jama that's the really fucked up thing.
Yeah. Dave, please continue with your... Or are you done? You're probably done, right?
Honestly, yeah, that's...
Oh my
pretty much it.
God.
I really wanted to give a shout out to all of our fans.
Hold on.
Hey, shut up!
Wait, no.
Shut up! I met a lot of really cool people this year, and I really appreciate that. I mean, like, I feel like I've built friendships that I can keep for a lifetime. Some I really want to get rid of, but
Michael, shut the fuck up! Michael, shut the fuck up! Anyway, yeah, so I feel like I'm having a really great time.
Dave, you seriously did nothing this month. You just said thank you to the fans. That was your...
I respect it. I am always on Dave's side.
I did a lot more than you little porn freak. I can't talk to people about my weird fetish.
Fuck you. Oh my god. This is why, Dave, this is why I get hate emails saying that we suck.
No shit. Yeah, Mr. Podcast King.
Yeah, I am I'm the cast
can't
king.
handle it.
I'm the cast king.
Yeah, the rest of the cast
Well,
society.
no.
can't,
If it's an empire, we have an emperor.
Oh my
The
god.
cast empire.
Anyway,
Dude,
yeah,
even fucking
shut
Jacob
up.
brought more than you. Like,
Are you done? Are you done being mean?
oh my god.
So yeah, big shout out to the fans. Super cool of all of you. Anyone that actively talked to me and then went to watch this movie. I'm sorry in
Oh
advance.
my
Like
God.
in advance or in retrospect, I apologize.
Just shut.
because
Eli,
now
go. Eli, go.
you
Shut
get to come
up.
back. Shut
Shut
up.
up.
Now you get to shut up. Now you get to
Stop
come back to
talking.
Me. You stop. Now you get to come back and now mention how amazing this movie is, but you also
I'm
get to
so
convince your
angry.
friends. It's like a pay it forward kind of situation.
Pay it forward.
All right, I'm done.
You. Okay, Eli, go. This guy's a fuck.
Love you, fans. Fuck you, Michael.
Eli, go.
Okay, I'm going.
Blissed out.
All right, so the big thing that I have to discuss in my section, I have a few other little things, but I released my feature-length video/documentary on The Master of Disguise this month,
Yeah, it sucked.
and I when we were talking about this earlier on like if we've ever written down our theories, yes I have. This fucking script for this fucking bullshit was fucking 30 pages long, 15,000 words, fucking college essay.
You NaNoWriMo that shit.
I
No one
I liked it.
All right, fine.
I liked it. It was very good. You were very funny in it. I liked the lore behind your character a lot.
Very creative.
And the references to Newman, Illinois was nice.
Thank you,
Um,
Newman. Shout out.
The
Yeah.
Newman shout out. Pizza Man in
Man.
Newman, Illinois. They're racist there. They don't hire black people.
Check their Google reviews.
Check their Google reviews. That's an actual Google review for Pizza Man in Newman, Illinois. I think I reviewed that place even though I've never been there. I thought it was excellent. I think you discussed everything very well. I'm glad that you used my poem in a heavily doctored work identification picture of me.
I'm glad you added the scene of you and I playing racquetball that one time. That
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, we were playing some
life-changing.
squash. I had
Yeah.
I've had several people ask me if I play squash, and I want you all to know that I don't.
No, Eli plays a lot of squash. He's just hiding it.
Great game. Great
Yeah,
game.
I've never played squash in my life. I had to
He
look
hasn't
up the
played it.
rules for squash.
He hasn't played it since the accident.
I don't know. There's some things that I wanted to go over a little bit about it.
Yeah.
I did put in a lot of research for the Newman, Illinois stuff.
Mhm.
Because Newman, Illinois does not have a movie theater.
No.
So I had to do a lot of research on what the nearest movie theater would have been for someone growing up in Newman, Illinois. And it turned out I found this wonderful little theater. They're called the Savoy 16.
Savoy, Illinois.
And I had to call them to make sure that they were open in the early 90s.
Oh my
wow.
god.
You called them.
What did they
What the
say?
hell?
I spoke to this very nice woman on the phone. And I lied. I said I was a local historian.
Oh my god. What did she say?
Technically.
She was so
Technically,
sweet.
it's
She's
true.
like, well, in our office, I've got a newspaper clipping from our opening day. If you wait for one moment, I'll be right back.
Oh, that's sweet.
So then she came back. They opened in 1991. And at
Wow.
the time, they were the Savoy 10, and then they had an expansion in 1999
Whoa.
to the 16. So
That's awesome.
I wanted to give a shout out to them.
I love that, and I also love the idea that a local historian would call a movie theater. Like that's what the historian is researching.
I mean, she bought it. I would buy that.
Yeah, I mean, you were either going to go with local historian or private investigator.
Yeah.
I would have been thrilled to answer either way if I
Well,
were.
I need to go there on a road trip
Maybe a
one of these
podcast.
days.
For those who don't know, the reason that we have an obsession with Newman, Illinois, is because this is no longer true. But at one point, we found the center point between where all of us were living, and it happened to be like exactly square in the middle of Newman, Illinois, which is a town that has a population of like 800 people.
Yeah, yeah. It's a village. It's a village.
It's very small. So big shout out to Newman.
Yeah.
And so that was there's a lot of things in there. I used a lot of actual photos of my family growing up. I had to dig out some photo albums.
Yeah, you did. I haven't even. I don't think I've ever seen you as a baby. I've known you since like high school, and I've never seen you as a baby.
Yeah, so now it's available on our YouTube channel, the Turtle Club podcast. The title of it the official title of it is Masterpiece of Disguise: A Deep Dive into a Cinematic Opus. But I think I named it something more clickbaity, something like The Master Disguise is deeper than you think.
Yeah.
Gone sexual.
And you know what?
Inside.
I'm surprised. I made this for an audience of like 4 people,
Yeah.
all of which are on right now.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that it has like 400 views right now and like 20 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. Some unexpected people who have watched it. Christian, our past guest from episode 4, his father, I found out, is a big fan of us.
Shout out.
Shout out. There's another fan.
Shout out to him. He I found out that he listens to every episode, which is
and
nuts.
he would, he probably is Rick.
Yeah. He's the one that sent us the hate email.
Yeah, he's like, Michael is the only good one, and that fucker Eli and Dave are suck ass.
He set up a fake email just to
Just to break into
I
the
found
caste
out
society.
over Christian's Thanksgiving dinner, his father mentioned the video and was making references to it, and Christian hadn't seen it yet. So he didn't know what his dad was talking about. But and then I used Fiverr to hire that narrator that has like 4 lines. The British lady, she was very sweet. I was trying to explain to her what this was for, and she needed a few descriptions. But I told her for the tone, just to narrate it as if you were narrating like a documentary on the royal family for the BBC.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Just add that level of importance. I told her, like, it's a little silly, but I need you to treat it with importance. And she fucking nailed it. She was great. I don't know. There's a lot of things about this thing. It's a very long video. It's like my original goal was to make it longer than the Master of Disguise before credits.
You were close.
I was very close. And if I hadn't cut so much, I definitely would have made it. I cut my original script was like 30 pages, and then I cut it down to like 22 pages. And I have a lot more respect for like weird video essayists and shit on YouTube. Like, this took so much time. Like, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, between all the
it genuinely took me like a couple months of effort. So anyone listening to this, please watch it. It's on the YouTube channel, the Turtle Club podcast.
Highly recommend.
Please.
It is great.
It's a long
A
watch.
well-crafted piece.
Most of it is nonsense.
It's okay.
Did a great job with my hair too. Spot on.
Yeah.
I gave Dave hair when we were playing squash. I don't know. My favorite joke in it is when I'm going into the backstory of my imaginary friend Squeam.
Yeah. And it's like it's the cough or the grave says Squeam's mom, great lasagna, bad at driving.
Yeah. Good at lasagna, bad at driving.
Yeah.
That's my favorite joke from the whole thing.
Poor Squeam.
Poor Squeam. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. As far as like stuff like that, but as far as theories go, I do want to know what your guys' thoughts are on the origins of Energico.
Okay, in Star Wars, I need Christian. In Star Wars, what's the origin of the Force?
I genuinely have no idea.
I'm gonna mute and call Christian. I'm gonna mute midichlorians.
Midichlorians. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
midichlorians are where like Force comes from. They're like cells in your body, but like what are the origins? When it was created? I don't know. So while Michael's doing that, I'll give the audience a quick peek into what my theory was.
Okay.
Basically, my theory was that it was created in the Big Bang, and then it floated through the universe for billions and billions of years because what use is a force that helps people disguise themselves without someone to disguise themselves? And eventually, it came upon Earth, and it found the long ago ancestors of the Disguises, which were cavemen, and you even get a peek of them at the credits. One of them tries to disguise themselves to trick a dinosaur, and it doesn't go well. And that's around the time when the Energico first came to Earth, found someone worthy to wield it, and to help them along, Energico decided to also intertwine itself into the evolution of cherries, or a fruit that would become the cherry. And then cherries and Disguises evolved alongside each other and proving each other along the way. And then eventually in 12th century, the Disguises broke off into two sects, the Cherry Pies and the Disguises, which created the Master Disguise, the Masters of Disguise in 12th century Tuscany.
Yeah, I'm in.
See, I back that up. I back that up with you, but I also think it is more along the terms of like everyone kind of has like a base lower level of it, and then the cherries are sort of like it's just a little shock to your system, so you get a little bit more. I don't think it's exclusive.
So I talked to Christian, and he said the origins of the Force are that it was just always there, like a god or a religion.
Yeah.
And some people are more Force sensitive, kind of like they're chosen by God. Then he started talking to me about midichlorians, and I said, okay, I'm going to go, and I hung up.
Our resident Star Wars expert, he's like, yeah. No, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful when asking him a question. But yeah, so we could we subscribe to this origin.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I'm on board. There's way too many references to cherries in the movie for there to be any other reason for it.
Yeah,
well, I don't. All right, well,
right.
sure.
Hey, I justify it. Okay, they mentioned cherries multiple times.
I'm down. Whatever.
There's one moment
You just
where
want this over with.
I don't know. Every now and again while I was making it, I would have a moment where I'd question myself. I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because, like, especially for anyone who edits video, I'm sure it's obvious how much effort had to go into this.
Yes, I was doing that. Noticing that?
It was a lot. There are some portions that are basically just animation at this point.
Yeah.
And there was one point where I was editing it, and I'm introducing the theory of the cherries or whatever, and I paused for a second. No, I think my character says, like, this will lead us down a great road, because if it doesn't, why am I still watching this movie?
Yeah.
And then I paused for about 15 seconds, because that wasn't scripted that I would pause for so long. Because that was me in real life, like, having a realization that I did this. This is something that I will have done and will always have done.
Oh, there's no getting around it. Yeah.
This is forever part of me. This 70-minute masterpiece of disguise, and this is who I am, and I've come to accept that. Yes, this is me. I'm that guy.
Yeah. No changing it.
In future years, don't expect me to do this again.
Eli has committed to doing this every year, he told me.
Because holy shit, was this a lot of work.
You guys buckle up.
All right, guys, Dave's making next year's.
Every movie's got to have a new one.
My entire family sat down and watched it together without me. I didn't know that they were doing that. And their reaction was basically like, well, it was really creative. They all appreciated the amount of work and thought that went into it, but none of them really seemed to enjoy it that much.
I watched it, I admit, on my iPhone at about 6:30 in the morning. I woke up early, saw some text messages, realized I hadn't watched it when I said I was going to watch it. And so I watched it in bed on my phone, and when my fiance woke up an hour or two later, she was like, I was having some really weird dreams. What the hell were you watching? Infiltrating her subconscious, and I didn't really want to explain what I was watching.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty high concept, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's a college professor.
Yeah, Eli, your master disguise shitpost is really high concept.
Honestly, no. It's for a shit post. There's way too much like layers to this. It's a college professor from 2017 who died, and this is the only surviving audio. Like I'd say that's a higher concept than it should be. Like there's no elevator pitch for this. There's no because like they'd be getting off the elevator as soon as I start like actually getting into the fact that it's about Master of Disguise.
Yeah.
They're scrambling to open the doors.
Honestly, there was a long time where I wasn't going to include the plot recap in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't need to recap the plot. I know the plot of this. And then my wife reminded me, she's like, not everyone has watched this 80 times. And I think she's right. So I added the plot recap, which is my least favorite part of it, because it's just the movie.
Yeah.
And then every now and again I describe lactose intolerance and snakes. So yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyone listening to this, please watch my shitpost. I
highly recommend.
I put too much work into it for someone not to watch this. But also simultaneously, I'm kind of amazed that it's almost at 400 views. Because how the fuck is there 400 people who found this and is like, yeah, well, that seems like something I'd want to watch.
It's long form content that you could just put on and then do something else.
Yeah, but why? No.
But why would you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
There's so many other.
I made a
things.
sandwich and I played some games watching it.
It's like it's a lot of effort for something really stupid and specific, and I don't regret doing it, but I feel like it tells me a lot about who I am as a person.
And you can't change. It's too late for you.
No,
now.
I learned a lot about myself. So I don't know. We can start closing this out a little bit, but I do have a topic that I kind of wanted to get into a little bit here. Yeah. So we're not doing this because this would be stupid and awful, but what if we did a second year of Master of Disguise?
It would be worse. It would be really bad.
It would be really bad, and I feel like we would really dry up on content.
Dave might actually crack 100 watches.
I might actually hit 70.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned this in the Masterpiece of Disguise thing, but in Douglas Adams' Restaurant at the End of the Universe, there's that device that lets you comprehend the entire size of the universe. Yeah. By using a piece of cake. It basically extrapolates the entirety of the universe from cake, and it basically tells me that there's like infinite like layers that you could keep going down into something so simple. And I think that we could do a second year, but we'd have to get really abstract.
It would get really weird. Like, we would be, like, swinging mad out of field.
All right, you talked me into it.
No. I am not trying to talk.
All right.
Because
I don't want to do a second year.
You don't have to yank my chain. I'll do it.
You're gonna watch
I absolutely do not want to do a second year.
Yeah,
I
Dave.
feel like the watching would get easier. The watching would get easier. The talking would get harder.
Next year's movie and The Master of Disguise every week. Are you in?
I mean, Are you making it like a contest or?
Yeah, it's a little
lose
bit.
that contest.
Anyone?
I'm not.
No, not even for the fucking.
I don't know.
Absolutely
I'm gonna watch
not.
it as like a joke, but that's probably gonna be like once, and I'm not gonna finish the movie.
I don't know. I'll do whatever. If Jacob,
listen.
If Jacob tells me to do it, I'll do it. Jacob.
All right. This is what I think you should do. Is each year you do a new podcast, new movie, but you continue to watch the old one. So in 7 years, every day of the week is going to be taken up with you having to record a podcast.
No, terrible idea.
I'm in. I'm doing it.
No.
That sounds awful.
No, we're not doing it.
Jacob, should I do it? Yes or no?
Say yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'm doing it.
All right.
I mean, I think at least like once next year, I'm going to watch like Master of Disguise and this new movie like back to back or something, like for a gimmick watch.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want. I'm not gonna do it more than that. Probably. I don't think I'm gonna watch Master of Disguise very much next year at all. If maybe more than that one time.
Yeah, I'm watching it 52 times, buddy.
I do feel like it is just going to be like the one watch, and then we're really, really just going to get the black and white Vietnam flashbacks, kind of just panic moment where we're like, oh, I'm back, no.
I don't know. Like again, if we do a second year of this, I think that it would be possible, but I wouldn't want to find out how fucking deep this goes.
No, I do not. Like, that is something that I'm actually saying no about. And and my mental state's pretty optimistic, and I'm just not doing it.
It's it would be horse shit. So I don't know, it's taken away from like things I want to do. Like, I just bought the new God of War game like a couple weeks ago, and like just today I was like, it's my day off. I'm not working today, and I was excited to play some God of War, but I was like, oh man, I should probably watch Master of Disguise today before the podcast. And I was like annoyed about it because I have to stop playing my game. That happened with Elden Ring too.
Yeah, it did happen with Elden Ring.
You're stupid. I'm missing out. It's like doing homework. It's dumb.
All right. Are we good there?
That's it. I'm ready. To close this shit out.
Jacob, thank you.
Sign off.
Jacob, thank you once again for being a fan and a friend.
Congratulations,
Not for Michael, but
everyone.
for the rest of us.
Yeah, we're almost at the end. Again,
I'm proud of you
last
guys.
episode of
So,
season 1.
to recap the punishments: 5 times in a day for Dave, 5 times in 1 week for Eli.
Yeah.
Our email is theturtleclub69@gmail.com. Our Twitter is turtleclubpod. Please follow the Twitter. It's getting like we get retweets and favorites and stuff, but most of it's just us.
I know Twitter's a dumpster fire right now, but still.
Buy Twitter
and
Blue.
If you're not on Twitter, I
buy
respect that, but I'm addicted.
Buy Twitter Blue and follow us.
Yeah. We need more verified followers.
Yeah.
But all right, Jacob, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. I hope your final viewings go well. Please
Thank
don't
you.
do the marathon. It's a terrible idea.
I'm committed, just like I'm committed to watch Master of Disguise next year. I'm not committed on that yet. I'm going to think that over, and by next episode I'll have made this decision. But I am doing 25 hours.
Yeah, you should.
I might, you know what? I'm going to be nice to myself. I'm lowering it to 25 hours. Or 24 hours, I mean.
Yeah.
I'll lower it to
I
1
was
day.
like, what?
Yeah, you don't have to one-up me anymore. So, yeah.
No, but I will do 24 hours straight.
God.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that, and especially don't do the Master of Disguise every week. That would be stupid.
Well, we'll see what happens.
In a bet.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, guys. We'll see you soon for the season finale.
It should be up before the end of the year, like really close to New Year's Eve, and then we will start next month regular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll
Well,
start
no.
next month regular.
Oh wait, we might not have a episode. Well, we'll talk about it. You will get a regular month in January. We have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll be fine. And
love you all, hatch hoes and hatchettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hatches and hatchets.
All right. I love you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Shout out to Rick. All right, all you turtos and turtettes. That's the show. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.